this on just in case I need it. It's a little chilly in here. What is this? This is a patch or something. Oh, sometimes, how did you even get down? Oh, you got knocked over. Hey, y'all. And yes, I be having to talk through the items in here, cause hey, everybody. Woo, you know, it takes so long to shampoo and condition my hair that I have now gotten to the phase where I'm not gonna wash it and twist it in the same day. It's a 2-day process because I dried it for a good 30 minutes and it's still drying. So yes, babe, I've been on time. Oh, hey, I finally made my eye appointment, y'all. I finally made my eye appointment. What is it? I finally made my eye appointment. I'm excited about it. I didn't realize it's been 3 years since I've been to the dang thing. The lady said, y'all know I don't know nothing about no glasses. The lady said, well, as long as you're, because I said, can I just bring y'all some glasses in here and then y'all just put my, she said, as long as your prescription is still current. Good evening. Good morning, nephew. Look, I didn't say evening. Menopause is doing a number. That whole brain fog thing is real. I did not think it was, but brain fog is real. Because I be like, my kids be like, Mom, listen, you know what I'm talking about. So, it ain't, listen, brain fog is real. It is real. It is a real thing. Oh, listen. Hey, Pumpkin. Hey, listen. I put both of my aunties. I was just on the wrong video talking about, hey, y'all, shaking my head when I clicked on your live and went to an old video. People been telling me it's been doing that. They over here. This eyebrow is up and round, y'all. I tried. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, and it's too close. Just look over it. It is what it is. And I done used all the things y'all gave me and everything. They just gonna be how they gonna be. Maybe when I get my glasses, I'll be able to see correctly. Anyway. Hey y'all, so I put both of my auntie's gifts to use. I finally wanna go see. Don't tell me I ain't went yet. I still ain't went. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Or he said, or don't pop up. That's what I said. I was on time today, got it. Well, okay. Can everybody understand why they been hot at me? Hey, she not me. Everybody that I missed. Honestly. Not trying to be funny or nothing. Y'all see why they be hiding us. Y'all see? They don't want people to know the stuff we talk about. They do not. And I told y'all that when we first started this, I said, yeah, they going to be trying. I got over here because they was getting rid of me in other places. Y'all might not believe that, but it's the truth. Listen. So this little thing right here is my new favorite thing. Thank you, Auntie Judy. I have a lot of favorite. All of the stuff that y'all send me is my favorite thing, but this is just because this right here, listen, all of my markers and stuff and pens is in there. And then it got some stuff here, pens here. I think these is highlighters or pens. But baby, look at all my stickies. Look at all my, honey. Almost, and then baby, listen here. I said, oh, now I don't gotta be trying to put them in my robe pocket. I just takes this with me outside. Yeah, it's great. And it come with a lot of stickies. Here go the other ones that go in there. So, and then it's, what's it now? Something, I'm gonna show y'all. These right here, nigga. Oh, it come with this too. Listen, I'm so happy, nephew. But these, absolutely love. Because they thick. Now, I know you probably supposed to write on them this way, but baby, listen, these right here, and you can't see it, but see this? It's like a whole, I took them out of here and put them in my room. And they on my bed. But you can write, like they thick. And they see through. Baby, Auntie, saying I took this book and I was all over the place. I had like 7 books outside. I know my neighbors probably thought I was crazy because I was out there for hours and I just kept bringing book after book after book after book outside. You heard me? I was going through, writing my little notes and what I seen, and then going and getting my scriptures and my Bibles, and looking up what I needed to look up. It was good. I only got to page 30 though because it kept sending me back to other stuff. So it was a real good study. It's all kind of books in there on my flow right now. So thank you to my aunties for my 2 gifts because because I'm very excited about it and I've been putting it to use, and it's very interesting what I found that's so relevant to right now. So thank you, aunties, because I'm gonna get back to that today. I have a couple new food resources for the family. Thank you, Pumpkin. You can post it here and I'll tell them what it is. Please. Or send it to me however you want to do it. Yep. Thank you. So, speaking of you, y'all be all in my business. Just tell me if y'all got binoculars like this in my stuff. Because my cousin calls me yesterday and says, hey, I just did the rewatch and I am literally leaving the food pantry. They just told us that after next month, because you can only go once a month right now. Now you can only go once every 2 months. And she was like, I left with like 3 cans of like vegetables. I mean, she had like some fresh fruits and stuff, but she was like all the pastries and bread and all of those different things. That she was like, no, and you can't go every month now. You have to go every other month. And the lady told her I probably wouldn't come back next month because it's going to be hectic because people don't know that they can only come once every 2 months now. I was like, dang, that's crazy. I said, well, right on time. Definitely. Is that crazy? Huh? Y'all think that's they they doing it. Is y'all here or is y'all asleep? Is it running slow? It shouldn't be, but if it is, yeah, the one she goes to, and she's in Oklahoma, so she was like, I saw everybody. Yeah, she was like, I saw, and she, I think she close to you, Punky, somewhere in your area. So, yeah, but she heard all of y'all saying what they've been doing and giving, at y'all's, and so she wanted to let y'all know about where she at. It was a class where we was asking just a little drinks. Why you think I took off yesterday? Somewhere over there close. Y'all neighbors. I ain't gonna put her business out there, but y'all neighbors need a nap because it's been raining. I know. Flash Flood app, you can get discounted produce that's about to expire near you, and you can use EBT. Oh, come on, Niecy Poo. Okay. Flash Flood app, you can get discounted produce that's about to expire near you, and you can use EBT. Flash Flood app. It'll allow you to get produce that's about to expire. That's gonna be good if you're trying to dehydrate and stuff too. Flash food. Oh, I'm sorry. Flash food. Sorry, Pumpkin. You said, Auntie. I just told you my brain fog is on 100. Maybe you wasn't in here. Give me a minute. And I'm about to get my eyes fixed. Y'all just be patient with your auntie. I'm old. I am old. I went in the store the other day and it was this little girl. She just kept looking at me and like eating her. And I don't know. Like I always teach my kids to speak, but I said hi. And I could tell that they wear red hats all the time. And so it almost hurt the mama to even make her say hello. I said, I'm a grandma. And she said, you're a grandmother? Yes, ma'am, I am. You don't see all this gray hair in my head? It's a whole bunch. I said, that's so crazy. I don't know. But anyway, I want to play something for y'all. And let's see if you guys hear some words that are familiar. Are you ready? Would you like to do this? No? Yes? Yes and no? Maybe? Okay. All right. Tell me if you hear words that, are familiar to you, should I say. Let's do that. Oh wait, first let me just go here because they be playing. Here we go. So we're gonna play a few of them, okay? We're gonna play a few. Here we go. This is the first.
Logic is
Hold on. Why?
logic is completely absurd. They are literally holding a gun at your head and say, "Hello, you follow my dictate. You give me wealth. You do whatever I order you about, and you cannot strike me back. If you strike me back, I will increase the tariff." And in China's case, they threaten that it's all the way up to 245%. You cannot strike me back. What is the logic? This is intimidation. This is ultimatum. This is law of the jungle. China will never buy this kind of story. And if you strike China in the face, China will strike you back. If you slap tariffs against China, China will slap tariffs back at you. This is the tit for tat. This is what the Chinese government means when it says we will fight to the very end. Because this is not just a matter for China. This is the point of where is the truth. Whether you need to abandon free trade, whether you see this edifice of global trade, free market, free trade collapse because someone holds a gun at your head or at the head of the world, I would say this is truly a moment of truth. This will be the major turning point.
Did you hear anything that sounds familiar? Yeah? No? Major turning point, forcing people to do trade. You hear it? You strike us, we gonna strike you back. You holding a gun to our head. Your dictatorship is not gonna work. Okay. Just pay attention to the key words that he was saying in there, because they're very important. Very, very, very important. Do you hear me? Here go the other one.
Look update in under 90 seconds. The International Monetary Fund has cut nearly a full percentage point off 2025 U.S. growth forecasts as Donald Trump's trade war ravages the global economy. The IMF is now projecting 3% inflation.
Did he say ravishes the global economy? Did you hear him say that as well? Ravishes, while his tariffs ravish. Can you please tell me the definition of ravish? When you was playing that, it put your phone on SOS mode. Interesting. They listening hard. I told y'all the people was over here. Can you tell me what the definition of a ravish is? Please. To seize and carry off. To seize and carry off. By force. Interesting. Okay.
In 2020. 2025. In October, they projected that inflation would be around 1.9%. The Richmond Fed manufacturing report shows that the 5th District Survey of Manufacturing Activity fell 9 points this month to negative 13, this after falling 10 points in March. The report shows a steep decline in employment, suggesting manufacturers are reducing.
A steep decline in employment. A steep decline in employment. It's a barbaric term to seize and carry off, meaning to take and carry off by far. Barbaric. Interesting. Did you hear what he said? Hold on, let me run that back real quick because I need y'all to pay attention to what they're saying here. It's very important. Please.
Inflation would be around 1.9%. The Richmond Fed manufacturing report shows that the 5th District Survey of Manufacturing Activity fell 9 points this month to negative 13, this after falling 10 points in March. The report shows a steep decline in employment.
What did you hear that sounds like a steep decline in employment? What did God say to us that was going to be? Or how did he tell us? He said people are what? It's okay. Hey, Auntie Deborah. What does that sound like in WOIU? What did God tell us? He kept saying people are what? Anybody know? Anybody? No jobs. People are not going to be working. Didn't he tell us that? Right. He said people are not going to be working. He kept telling us, get what you can while you're able to work. Manufacturing jobs here put other businesses to work, which have to employ more people. So if manufacturing is not okay, if you went and watched anything about the Great Depression, did you see that there was nobody to work in the mills? This is how the women got there, and making the cars and all of that kind of stuff, different things that the men that were at war, this is how women started working in machinist jobs and things like that, right? Because the men were gone, most of them, right? Which meant there was nobody to work in the factories, in the mines, in the mills, and all of that. So women had to start doing it. Okay? And then when so much of the money was going to the war, it wasn't even nothing to work. Because there was barely anything being produced. Right? So then ain't no jobs, because what you gonna work doing? Ain't nothing to do. Okay.
Suggesting manufacturers are reducing staff and that inventory is increasing as demand weakens, suggesting an economic slowdown. Speaking of
demand weakens. Ain't nobody buying nothing. And if ain't nobody buying nothing, there's no money to pay employees.
The Dow Jones is now on track for the worst April since the Great Depression in 19... The Dow Jones is now on track for the worst April since the Great Depression. Staff and that inventory is increasing as demand weakens, suggesting an economic slowdown. Speaking of slowdowns, the Dow Jones is now on track for the worst April since the Great Depression in 1932, seeing a massive 9.1% drop so far. The S&P 500's performance since Inauguration Day is now the worst for any president up to this point in data going back to 1928. We're going to continue to follow these stories and more, so make sure you're following our account and add the Midas Touch podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
If you buy 10 packets of Back to Root seeds, send them an email and they'll send you a free seed starter kit. Thank you. If you buy 10 packets of Back to the Root seeds, send them an email and they'll send you a free seed starter kit. Thank you, Pumpkin. Okay. Did y'all hear? You know it's bad if they're comparing 2025 to the 1932 Depression. Is that something that you've heard here over and over and over again? That what is coming is going to be worse than the Great Depression. Thank you. Me too, Day. Me too. And I appreciate you looking. I really do. I appreciate every single person that come here and share information. I really do. Because we wouldn't be where we are without all of us. For real. Whether it be bad news, good news, whatever. Okay. One more. Now I want you to think back to early CERCA TROVA 2022. When we was first here and I was still crazy. Listen.
The FDA stopped testing the milk we drink every day. Why? They cut over 20,000 staff from their food safety division, and that...
Here's a
Quick heads up. As of yesterday, the FDA stopped testing the milk we drink every day. Why? They cut over 20,000 staff from their food safety division, and that shut down the lab responsible for checking milk for things like bird flu, cyclospora, and other pathogens. This affects grade A milk, aka the pasteurized stuff on grocery store shelves. Testing is paused, and right now, there's no backup in place. So what should you do? Start by checking your brand's safety certifications. Look for USDA organic or third-party food safety audits like SQF or BRCGS. You can also visit the brand's website. If they're transparent, they'll talk about in-house testing, quality assurance, or HACCP plans. And don't be afraid to email them if it's not clear. You can also check for recent recalls on FDA or foodsafety.gov. Repeated issues is a red flag. With the FDA stepping back, it's on us to stay informed. Research your brands, check those labels, and ask questions. Safe milk starts with smart choices. Is a red flag. With the FDA stepping back, it's on us to stay informed. Research your brands, check those labels, and ask questions.
Here's a
Quick heads up.
Seek and you shall find, because ain't nobody got to tell you nothing. Yes? If you don't go looking, you ain't going to have the information. Sound familiar? Don't nobody got to tell you nothing. If you don't want to know, you not going to know. Is that not what she just said? Is that not what she just said? They stopped testing the milk. Milk goes in our bread. Milk goes in all kinds of stuff. To the kids' school. To the aftercare programs. To the hospitals. What? Who remembers the first powdered substance in one of my first videos, before we ever even got to the giant video? I was showing mothers how to dehydrate milk just in case the milk is bad or there is none. That was one of my first videos. I said, you with children, babies, you pregnant, you need to be doing this. I had those rings, remember? This is before we ever even came in the office. We were still in my living room. And I'd be outside. Moving on.
I'll tell you a joke, but I never tell you a lie. I told you over the next few days, and I told you this earlier in the week, that people would try to discredit me. They would try to use their degrees their titles, their money, to make me out to be a fool. So yesterday, I made a video saying that I wasn't going to make no more videos on TikTok. Just because they was trying to silence me. But then I looked up, and 15...
I'm going to tell y'all what this say. Is human DNA found in meat. In a now this was May 12th, 2016. Okay? In a newly released hamburger report out by Clear Labs, scientists say human DNA and rat DNA and other discrepancies were found in some of the burgers they tested. Clear Labs tested 258 samples from 79 brands and 22 retailers from retailers and fast food chains in North Carolina. Now, who remembers when I first got on here, I told y'all that one of my uncles used to work for one of the largest meatpacking plants in like 2009, 2010, and that's when I started like not doing a lot with already processed stuff. I started processing my own meat, grinding it, all of that, right? And it was because I told you, he said that there were migrants that worked, and if they're not documented, it didn't happen. And this is why he started going to the butcher to get all of his meat cut in front of him and ground in front of him. This is why CERCA got 2 meat grinders right now. And, well, technically, I got the hand grinder, just in case it ain't no power. With this man pulling back all of the FDA regulations and all of that kind of stuff, do you see a lot of people being sick unto death because of them not testing the milk for bird flu? And they said COVID had a 5% mortality rate. Bird flu got 50. And it's in the milk, it's in the cheese. That part, Jay Allen. Okay? Understand. And then we're going to read this book that Auntie sent me, and it is on cue when I tell you. Okay, we got one more. Well, 2 more, excuse me.
So what do you think it means for the economy now?
I think we're jumping into recession. You never just glide in. We're going into it right now. I think you'll see housing continue to slow down given the elevated interest rate outlook. So new home sales probably slow down. Investment spending is likely going to drop meaningfully. I mean, you're already seeing that across a range of surveys. And I think employment will be the next thing that moderates. Job finding rates have collapsed. Quits rates are collapsing. I mean, this is it's not a good situation. So I don't like playing this sort of ridiculous game about 50% chance over the next 12 months. I mean, we're in it. Mm-hmm. We're in it. And the only...
Y'all heard that? They telling people, oh, don't worry about it. It's going to even out. And the real people is saying, no, it ain't, and we in it, and it's too late. There's another video that I have that says, even if he stopped every single tariff right now, the damage that has been done globally is almost unfixable. Okay? I think they
put a blindfold on us, and we're set into a gunfight, and we're losing. We're losing.
Veterinarian Dr. Kay Russo told us we are running out of time to stop bird flu. She was called in when the virus H5N1 hit this dairy herd in Colorado last summer. It cost the farm about $400,000 to treat its sick cattle. Most recovered, some protective gear. But as an added precaution, we suited up to ensure we didn't bring anything onto the farm ourselves. There's no front or back.
There's no front or back. High fashion.
It's real high fashion. It's not clear how bird flu is spread from cow to cow, but milking equipment is a prime suspect. The virus is thought to linger on the auto milker, waiting for the next cow. Workers here in milking parlors have also fallen sick. So what concerns you the most?
The pandemic potential for a virus like this one. And, that is the worst case scenario, right? And ultimately one we want to avoid. I can't say that that's going to happen, but we don't want to play with fire.
It started in Texas. In early 2024, cows were suffering from a mysterious disease. Their fevers spiked, their milk dried up. They were coughing, drooling, lethargic. Soon, there were more sick cattle in neighboring states. Kay Russo joined a conference call of worried vets to try to figure it out.
I started asking questions. What are the birds doing on the farm? And one of the veterinarians replied, well, they're all dead.
So they're seeing dead birds on the farms?
Yep. We started to see the cats that were demonstrating neurologic symptoms. And more alarmingly, the workers were complaining of flu-like symptoms.
Tests confirmed Russo's worst fears. H5N1 had jumped to cattle for the first time. In past outbreaks, bird flu has often been...
Hold on. Listen to what she said. He said.
The workers were complaining of flu-like symptoms.
Tests confirmed Russo's worst fears. H5N1 had jumped to cattle for the first time. In past outbreaks, bird flu has often been deadly in people.
If you look at cases worldwide of H5 influenza, the mortality rate's 50%. And so we're all kind of, talking to each other, what does this mean? And that was a scary space to be in. At present, we're given a stick.
What do that mean to y'all? That was, she did that last summer in June or July. Not this interview. She just did this interview recently. But them doing all of that, it affected the cats. It affected the birds. It affected the cows for the first time. So would that be like a never type of deal or no? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's look here. Few things that stood out to me. I'm not going to go through all of it. But so, here we go. So the Lord sent a plague on Israel from that morning until the end of the time designated. And 70,000 of the people from Dan to Beersheba died. The angel of the Lord was then at the threshing floor of Arana, the Jebusite. When David saw the angel who was striking down the people, he said to the Lord, I have sinned. I, the shepherd, have done wrong. On that day, Gad went to David and said to him, go up and build an altar to the Lord on the threshing floor in Arana, the Jebusite, of Arana the Jebusite. So David went up as the Lord had commanded through Gad. So David bought the threshing floor and the oxen and paid 50 shekels of silver for them. David built an altar to the Lord and sacrificed burnt offerings and fellowship offerings. Then the Lord answered his prayer in the behalf of the land, and the plague on Israel was stopped. I went looking into some other plagues, and it was crazy because famine is normally the first one that he'll send famine and sickness together. And it don't just be the people dying, it be all the animals. So it ain't nothing to eat, even if you was okay with just eating it because you hungry. He said they gonna be too sick, and if you eat it, you gonna get sick. It's almost like what is happening now is what happened with the people that kept complaining in the wilderness, and when they finally did pick up that meat to eat it, they dropped dead. You hear me? For real. Because if the birds get sick, they poop everywhere. They fly everywhere. This is literally happening like the movies. You hear me? In real life. They are cutting food back. They're not going to be testing the food. If you have not taught your children to pray over every single thing that they eat or drink, today would be a good day. I don't care how little they are. If you just teach them, amen, God is good, to pray over their food. You need to be praying over every single thing. I don't care if it's candy. You need to be praying over every single thing you eat or drink. In real life. Plus the water, right? Everything. I mean, you see what he's doing in Alabama. We still got Flint. We still got other places in Mississippi and other places. Texas, brown water, all of this. So, I mean, it was a lot about plagues and different things that came up on the people in here because, well, different punishment, should I say. And it's like, I don't know. It's like we're literally watching it happen. Doing this yesterday had me in tears. I was crying for like 3 hours going through that because I was like, God, you've been good to the people, and I see why. Like, it's making the hair on my body stand up. It's a real thing that the things that are coming are just, no matter how scary it is, and we don't know how he gonna repay each person, but the things that are getting ready to happen to the world, if it's been 4,000 years, we'll say roughly 4,500 years, whatever, since the flood. Think about how much evil has been done on this planet since then, y'all. How much food we've wasted, how much food we withheld from other people. And it's a pastor that hopefully they'll let me replay it. You know, they be playing with my stuff. If I like it on my iPad, it's not like on my thing, even though they the same account. All right, here we go.
Says what we do for the least of these, we do for him. So where is Christ today? Christ is the immigrant, deported without due process. Christ is the senior, deprived of their Social Security benefits. Christ is the protester, kidnapped in an unmarked vehicle by plainclothes officers. Christ is the student, sitting in an overcrowded classroom in a defunded school. Sometimes I wonder, what would Jesus do if he visited the Texas legislature? What would he say to me and my colleagues? I think he would tell us, "Depart from me, for I was hungry, and you cut my food stamps. I was sick, and you kicked me off Medicaid. I was a stranger, and you deported me and my family. I was in prison, and you wouldn't even pay for air conditioning. And then I think he would flip over our fancy desks on the floor of the Texas house and demand that we take care of all our neighbors, especially the least of these.
You heard that? You heard that? Whatever type of person they are, you cannot show me one time where Jesus stripped away somebody's rights. He fed the hungry. He clothed the naked. Found shelter for those people that didn't have any. Or at least assisted them with getting some. Come on. So all of these people, that's okay. With certain people, whatever the demographic is being treated crazy, I did repost it. I did. They ain't letting you see it. Yep, I reposted that a few hours ago, earlier this morning. But that's crazy, because if you okay with somebody being stripped of their rights, and God, he ain't doing that. So all these folks talking about, oh, I'm a Christian, and that's why I said, I don't know if he gonna let me in. I don't know, but I hope he do. But you can't tell a lot of them people that is voting against other people's rights that they not going, even though they're lining up with a different side of the. Okay, it's James Tallarico. James Tallarico, Tallarico. Think about that. I went to church, and you drove right past the homeless people. You heard that lady struggling in line, and you didn't do nothing for her. You didn't even attempt to give $10. I did see that. I did. But I told y'all that was going to happen. We talked about that too. We talked about that. Then we talk about them wanting people to die. And you got mayors talking about giving them all the candy they want and just let them die. I told y'all they did that stuff to them Georgia Guidestones for a reason. And look at every single thing that they are doing now is getting that number 8 billion gone. The mayor of Los Angeles. Yeah, I know. But it's a lot of other mayors that feel like that too. It's a lot of other officials in high places that feel exact. That's why they're doing what they're doing right now. Yeah. Excuse me. I said, well. All right.
Drastic,
I'll be right back.
hit for us. We have $250,000 in inventory stuck in China right now. We can't ship it here. We don't have $400,000 to pay the tariffs that Trump wants on those right now. So,
Real quick, did God tell us that things were not going to be moving? People were not going to be able to get their stuff. So he is making it to where people cannot buy or sell. Do y'all see that happening right now? He's literally making it to where if you don't, you can't buy or sell. Now listen.
drastic hit for us. We have $250,000 in inventory stuck in China right now. We can't ship it here. We don't have $400,000 to pay the tariffs that Trump wants on those right now. So we've had to freeze all shipments, all orders, all production. And sadly, we've had to let go of most of our people already this year. If these tariffs don't end tomorrow, we're out of business in months.
You've had to let go people? How many people have you had to let go?
Yeah, we had 12 people at the beginning of the year. We're down to 5 employees now. This is a drastic hit for us. We have $250,000 in inventory stuck in China right now. We can't ship it here.
What that sound like? You heard that before? Yeah. He had to lay off half of his workforce, and the stuff that he ordered, unless he come up with an extra $450,000 or $400,000, he can't get it because of the tariffs. Which means, did y'all hear what he said? He said in a couple of months he could be out of business. Did God tell us that these businesses were not going to be open and there wouldn't be anything to buy? And it was going to happen quickly. It's more. I ain't going to burden y'all with it, but I need you to understand. By August, America could look very, very different. In more than one way. Our grocery stores, our regular Walmarts and Dollar Trees, and because if the stuff that used to cost $1.25 is now $3.50, are you going to be able to buy less or more? There was people that could go to Dollar Tree, and that is how they were able to eat every single day, because that's how we got the Dollar Tree meals. But if they were already having to grocery shop completely out of the Dollar Tree, what is that going to do for their finances if everything in there goes up to $3 and up? Will they still be able to buy the same amount of food or whatever it was that they were getting? You said Dollar Tree is going up to $1.75, right? But I'm just saying, once, because he ain't about to quit. He is not. He gonna pull back for a little bit, and then he ain't about to quit. Because we in it. And even if he do, or something happen to him, whoever coming after him, because literally we are in it. He said he might be drastically reducing them for a short period of time. That's because Russia and China just hooked up. And Putin told his butt, hey, chill out for a minute. Because costing China money is now going to cost Putin money. You said, thank you, Dad, for teaching me to fast. It's real out here. You said you keep telling people that. Listen. Yeah, it's so many videos, and I was like, Dad, you know, it makes sense why that they were building a bunker 3 years ahead of time. 3 years ahead of time. But you got to think, they already really knew what the market was doing, because those are the same people that right before COVID, they put all their shares out. Remember I told you, but they had to wait 7 months so they didn't crash the market. That's why in July or June of 2020, the stock market took a big hit, because them people, they finally got to pull their money out. All of the big wigs, the T-Mobile, think about it. All them people stepped down and took their shares, but they had to wait 7 months. You got to wait a certain amount of time to get whatever, 6, 7 months. So on the 7th month, notice we get paused so they can get themselves together. Exactly. And you was right when you said that was a trial run. I'm trying to tell you, look it. The pandemic is back. They're just not saying anything until they get so many. But this time, there's not going to be any medical care. Okay? People probably just going to lay you off if you get sick. Look at what's happening. And believe that all of their bunkers is stocked up. They probably got medical beds and everything. They probably got a sick room and everything in there. I would not be surprised. They got the supplies. Oh, it ain't gonna be no exactly. I was so mad. I would have made 20 G's and they stole it. Wow. 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 Listen, this is a thing. You hear me? It's a real thing. It's a real thing. And this is why I was begging the people in this community, pull your money out and do it, because we knew that they was gonna crash the system. They said that it's gonna make COVID look like a walk in the park. Yeah, I saw that too, Miss Ina. That's why I said, and look, God already got us prepared with staying in the house and everything. Do you remember when all those doctors and nurses was practicing along with the fire department to help people? Yep, and when they was doing those plane crash things too and all of that, they preparing. I watched a little bit, like 3 episodes of The Last of Us. Pretty much. Pretty much. I see it. Pretty much. Pretty much. What you gonna do if something like that get to running and looking at you, trying to stick them things down your throat? And you see how that kid had to learn to be quiet and shut up? Don't talk. Listen when your adult or whoever say don't go, get down. Listen. And I'm only at the 3rd thing and was frustrated. I saw a lady buy 20 candles yesterday. They know what's coming. They know what's coming. I'm trying to tell you. It's a real thing. People that God is waking folks up, y'all. Not everybody. I mean, he's trying to wake as many people up, but some people just choose to remain asleep. But I'm telling you right now, has anyone watched the documentaries, Watch the Water, or Died Suddenly? No, ma'am. I did see somebody saying Watch the Water though. I haven't seen Die Suddenly. You got yours already. That part. Yep. While God is waking people up, the rest of the world asleep. I'm trying to tell you. Watch the Water. I don't know where I seen that. It probably was on TikTok. Okay. Is it the podcast? The podcast? It's on Rumble. It's on Amazon Music with Dr. Brian. Or am I at the wrong thing? Yeah, I noticed that I did. Dr. Brian, artist from 22. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I looked it up. See? I found the information. I just wanted to make sure that was the right one. Thank you for confirming. All right. I'll look into that too. This is the thing, family. We have a lot to prepare for. And that is why y'all teacher, I've been in here. I've been reading. I've been just looking into some things. And honestly, this Where God Came Down book, it's really good. Hey, it's really good, and it just makes you think about how long suffering God has been, different things that He put into place. Yeah, but I can see history repeating itself 100%. All the stuff that I read about when God got pissed off, what happened, is happening right now. 5%. Anybody remember what the number 5 means? Grace. 5 is grace. 5 is grace. So COVID only had a 5% mortality rate. This has 10 times that. Do you think that God was warning us with COVID to prepare? He gave us grace to get our lives right. He gave us grace to see that what is in the store don't always have to be there. Anything can happen at a drop of a hat where you don't have to have your job. You might not work. So you need to have the things that you, if you was a person that ordered anything and you had to wait a super long time to get it during COVID, this time should have been for you. So now, 5 years later, the pandemic that's coming is 10 times more deadly than, or, basically. Okay? It went from 5% to 50%. I feel like COVID was the first contraction where you need to be getting to the hospital. Come on, baby. The water breaking. Like, whoa, wait. And how many people woke up? Not a lot. Seeing stores empty, watching people stand in lines for hours and hours and hours and hours to get food or whatever it was that they needed, then being locked in your house and cannot go outside, and then you have to have a paper, like in Germany, that says you can be out on the street. Interesting. We got one more. Give me 1 second. Please.
CBS News right now, RFK Jr. is launching an effort to create a nationwide database to track individuals with autism and is using private medical records to get it done. According to latest reporting, the National Institutes of Health is helping to collect the private medical records of thousands of Americans across the country from both government and commercial databases to give to the Department of Health and Human Services so that RFK can create a registry of people with autism in the United States. The records include prescription records from pharmacies, lab testing, genome records from the Department of Veterans Affairs and Indian Health Services, private insurance claims, and data from your using private medical records to get it done. According to latest reporting, the National Institutes of Health is helping to collect the private medical records of thousands of Americans across the country from both government and commercial databases to give to the Department of Health and Human Services so that RFK can create a registry of people with autism in the United States. The records include prescription records from pharmacies, lab testing, genome records from the Department of Veterans Affairs and Indian Health Services, private insurance claims, and data from your smartwatches and fitness trackers. It's also working on an agreement to secure Medicare and Medicaid data. Yes, this is private insurance claims and data from your smartwatches and fitness trackers. It's also working on an agreement to secure Medicare and Medicaid data. Yes, this is real. The federal government is about to track you if you have autism and use your smartwatch to do it. I'll have a full breakdown on my Substack, link to my bio, so subscribe for free, spread the word, and follow along for all the news.
Did we talk about it? Y'all remember what my business was? Remember I told you, you could, the watch phones that I was selling, you could track a person within 6 feet of where they were, like wherever that watch was. Had the heart rate, it went overseas, all of that. You remember I kept telling you I would not let them diagnose my babies with nothing. I'm not taking that. And if it got to do with medicine, we're not doing that. We're not. Well, about to go back to old Timex. Here we go. I had watch phones 2 years before they did, roughly and all. I used to have one after I found out. I was like, no. Not an Apple. I had the Android. Yeah. Crazy, right? Did we talk about them tracking you through your phone, your tags, your animal, your car? I haven't seen a person with that. I have a smartwatch tracking more than he's saying. All of them do. I had ones that did in 2012. They were definitely not as high tech as the ones with all of that now. They tracked back then. Because your email is how you get into your phone. I mean, you know, it's how it's connected, your phone number and all of that. So you get your emails there. You get your doctor's emails there. You get all of that. I'm glad I always had the mindset of no, yeah. So now everybody that has, and it's, you already know it's going to go from one thing to another thing. Yeah. Did we talk about you being tracked? I said the technology is going to get folks in trouble. You're going to have to be able to throw away all that stuff. And that's why they want no new car. Because they got chips in them too. And they're connecting with all the devices around you. Like the RFID chip in your engine. And to see people was taking them out. Like when OnStar was doing it, the trackers and stuff. Remember LoJack and all of that? They didn't got smart. They built it on the inside of the engine now. It's in the engine somewhere where you got to take it apart to go get to it. That's why they was willing to give everybody Wi-Fi in the car. And they pushing those watches talking about get a watch off TikTok. I said don't trust it. Hell, you'll probably do better getting one from China than you do here. Because they come OEM. You can put whatever software you want on it. Yeah. What y'all think about that? And did we talk about it? About the sick? I've been telling that to my kids. So my daughter was watching Prison Break and she said, Mom, that's why they want older cars. I said, now you getting it. Mine ain't old, but it's almost 20 years. Yeah. Faith is not, that's not what this, did you go watch the stuff about World War II and what Hitler was doing? It's eugenics. It's always been about eugenics and the master race. Moving on. That's what it's about. You're watching exactly what they said the Romans did. The Romans and the Greeks. Not the Greeks. Who was it? The Trojans. Whatever them people was. Yeah, the Roman soldiers. If the babies were born weak and this, that, and the other, they got rid of them. And this is the thing. Remember we talked about there's, do we have any nurses, not prenatal nurses, what do you, the nurses and the nursery nurses, labor and delivery. We got any labor and delivery nurses? Anybody been or worked in labor and delivery? Anybody? I found this out from, yeah, I found this out from a nurse. She was like, it's a running joke in nurseries, in hospitals, that a lot of the white boys, baby boys that are born, are sickly. Like their birth rates and different things, like with all of the little tests and stuff that they got to run, like this is a thing. So them trying to pay women to have babies, or then that whole get a black guy and then have this baby by him and then go and then have more, to strengthen their line, that still happens right now, y'all. This is why a lot of Caucasian women and other race women are pushed on athletes and stuff like that. They will get the children that they need, and then they go back and marry a white guy or someone, other than a black dude. It's because they needed those genes in their bloodline. This is a real thing. It's a real thing. And you're seeing it now. We talked about this before, but now you're seeing it played out on the world thing. Y'all remember we did a class about this. This is how we got into when we were studying in genes and who, the alien DNA. I can't think of all that. But y'all remember in the beginning of this when we was doing it. And we were going through Neanderthal DNA and all of that kind of stuff, different things. Who has melanin? And I think we even talked about the layers of hair and all of those different things. Who has cortex and whatever in the medulla, and then some people do not have that middle part. And we talked about what their hair looks like. We looked all this stuff up. Well, they're playing it out on a large scale right now. This is why he wants to get rid of the people with the color. But again, like they said, we keep hearing about all of the men that are in. Where are the women? And what are they doing with them? The little girls and the women and the kids. We keep hearing about the grown men, but we know they picking up women. We know they're taking children. On the View today, they said the government is about to pay you $5,000 to have a baby if you are not a colored person. That's not going to be for coloreds. Melanin is more than gold. Exactly. That is not going to be for the colored folks. And I wouldn't be, remember what I told y'all about back, what they used to do back in the 70s, how they was taking young black women uteruses and putting them in white ladies? Y'all remember this? This is why they was giving all of the younger black women in the early 60s and 70s hysterectomies. They was doing uterus. It's about to go again. All of that. Because think about it, uterus implants or transplants just became a big thing again right now, right before all of this. They was giving women full hysterectomies without their consent. Yep. My aunties was some of those people. Right. They are. That's what I'm saying. It's all is we right here in it. We are right here in it all. So that's why it's good to pay attention to history. And most people like, I'll worry about, oh, well, you can really almost dang near predict what's going to happen if you pay attention to history. And it's why they're paying $5,000 to have a child if you already have 5. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. Because most people of color can pop out babies like crazy. They don't even got to try. They don't. And that's why the abortion clinics are in more neighborhoods of people of color. More liquor stores, all of that. More liquor stores, even if it's like an Asian community where like black folks and stuff kind of mingle in and Spanish people kind of mingle in, it's going to be more abortion clinics and all of those things too. They not just doing it in they do it in prison, but my aunties didn't go to prison. They did it at the regular hospital, took their uterus and sent them. One of my aunties, she was in 17. Some of my family members had the same thing done in the early 70s. Yep. I know. My brother was born in 72, so then the auntie that this happened to, she's like 2 years older than my mama. So yeah, 2 or 3 years older than my mom, and my mom had my brother at 14 in 72. So her sister was probably 16, and by the time she had 2 kids, like right after each other, and then she never had any more kids because they gave her hysterectomy when she was 17, like about to turn 18. Facts. That's why I have 8, but was the only child. My mom got her tubes tied after me, then had a hysterectomy in the 80s. Yep. Yep. Yeah. So it's all a part of what you are seeing played out now with the skin and, you know, the assault on who, our character, all that stuff. But I mean, we almost at the end stretch, so we ain't gonna have to worry about it too much longer. We'll be getting up out of here shortly, which is scary as heck to think about, but it's the truth. So I'm gonna keep reading my book. I ain't gonna talk about too much that I found in here and that I studied yet, because I was doing my stuff yesterday and I have all those books and I'm gonna finish looking into some stuff. But there were some interesting things I do want to share with y'all. They have a lot of women in camps that came over the border from Mexico that gave hysterectomies to without their consent too. Interesting. Without their knowledge and consent. I believe it. They've been doing that, sterilizing the people that come in. This black women, they were steril. I mean, after they couldn't make us no more, like breed us like cattle, then they start sterilizing us. Once they could not use us for, slaves, they didn't want us. You force us to go in here and do all this crazy stuff, stay pregnant, and then once you can't make money off of us, now you're gonna sterilize us. They've been doing it. You said what? There's no to have that information. It is D. But I told y'all they was gonna start rounding folks up level by level by level, and they doing it. Started with the immigrants, now it's the people that are not mentally sound, they're saying. Basically, or, they're saying there's something wrong with you, and there's something wrong with you. Oh, you at the front of this. Okay. I just be talking to people, and I forgot that they'll let y'all start this at different times, which is crazy. Because then I be talking to people that can't even hear us right now. Because they commenting 20 minutes ago. I be forgetting that. Sometimes I be talking to y'all and y'all don't even know I'm talking to y'all till 20 minutes later. Which is crazy. But yeah, so that's where we at, family. I'm gonna go finish reading. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go finish reading. And we'll probably get back on later on because I read yesterday for like a lot of hours, and then I was talking to my kids. See, I knew I was in the twilight zone. I would always see the media push. No, no, ma'am, you wasn't. Yet the end is near. It's a spirit party they can get into the movies. What? What? Oh, well, I won't say that, but my mom is 98 and she found her ration book from 1946 where you use those little stamps to purchase things, and she has one stamp left, which I thought was amazing. Please send me a picture. Jen has sent me some pictures of some stuff too. She found some. Hey, Rika. Yeah, and we about to go, girl. Don't kill me. We about to go. We is about to go. Oh, I already played that. I was trying to think of if there was one more. Okay.
Need to know about Mordecai.
That might be all of them.
Is a threat that is very significant and very real. And I recognize also this is a moment where it's easy to sound like an alarmist. What I'm here to tell you is this is a very serious threat to humanity. And the longer we let this persist, the greater the risks are going to be. Is a threat that is very significant and very real. And I recognize also this is a moment where it's easy to sound like an alarmist. What I'm here to tell you is this is a very serious threat to humanity. And the longer we let this persist, the greater the risks are.
He's talking about bird flu. Bird flu. That's two people for sure that are doctors and that understand what's happening. You remember when all of those doctors was trying to say, no, this is something we need to worry about with COVID, and people wasn't really paying attention. They was like, whatever, SARS has been around. Do y'all believe that certain stuff is a omen for something else? Do y'all? I met someone, a person named SARS 3 weeks ago, and it didn't hit me until yesterday. No joke. All jokes aside, 3 weeks ago, and it didn't hit me until I said, oh, whoa. I said, well, Dad, you sure know how to. And would you like to know what H1N1 whatever is? It's the SARS virus. No joke. No joke. I said, SARS is coming. SARS is here now. Just so happened to ask this person their name, and it's SARS. No joke. Tell me that's not crazy. You said NICU nurses is another name. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Thank you for bringing it. I couldn't remember. Neonatal, yeah, intensive care unit. Oh, thank you. I couldn't remember what it was called. I'm having brain fog today. Maybe for the next month. I don't know how long this whole thing lasts. So if I say the wrong thing, y'all know what I be meaning. Like I told my kids. Our brain fog is serious right now. They'll be putting them clues in our face like, bam, girl. Which is so crazy because it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago when I decided I needed to go get me some more bleach, some more alcohol, some more peroxide, some more cleaning wipes. It's about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Ain't that interesting? You heard? In real life. I said, well, you said you need masks now, yeah. Oh, I bought a gallon for a 2-gallon jug of it, or well, I don't know how many gallons. I got that too. I did. I didn't get apple cider, but I did get what you call it. Look at the doctor, artist, nicotine protocol for pause, menopause. Look at doctors. You said what? You said look at the doctor, artist, nicotine protocol for pause. What? I don't want to pause menopause though. I'm okay with it. I don't want to pause it. I'm not trying to stop no symptoms. If y'all notice, I don't take nothing. I'm gonna go through this. I'm not. I mean, the brain fog and all of that it's a part of it. There's a movie on Max 2073. It's interesting. I don't mind. I mean, I'm you know how like I'm not taking no cohash, no ginger, no nothing. I'm just going through every day. I mean, this is a part of I had to go through the whole period thing and starting puberty. This is the end of it. You said not to pause it? Okay. Okay, I'll look into it. But I'm not tripping either way. You hear me? I'm just telling y'all what's going on. So if I be sounding a little my daughter said, well, I said, that is not what I meant. I'm okay with it, though. I'm not. Either way it go, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just telling y'all. So if it be off or whatever else, just understand. I'm going through menopause. I ain't tripping either way. Yeah, I'm not going to, what you call it? Like, my mama, she went and got all kind of stuff done. I thought about that recently. I'm like, what happens to the poo? Are you supposed to get that out of your body? What are we talking about? Maybe I'm missing some comments or something. I don't know. Am I missing some comments? Are they blocking something that I can't see? Because now I feel like I'm crazy. Because I feel like... Oh, okay. Because I'm like... Fan base just asked me if it can access my microphone. Yeah, they've been doing that to me too. told me I need to update the sound thing, and I still ain't did it yet. So they over here as well. Baby, I don't know. Listen, I'm just going through it though. I'm okay. Like, I don't want to change it. I just want it to happen naturally. I'm just doing that, and so whatever comes, I'm just dealing with it. I just be wanting y'all to know. So if I be sounding off, because I catch myself like, girl, that is not. It is what it is. I walk out of my room 4 times and forget what I was supposed to do. They just nosy, want to hear everything, girl. I'm about to start deleting our videos on YouTube shortly. I'm about to.
We have breaking news right now. According to the New York Times, Bill Owens, the executive producer of 60 Minutes, has resigned because he is now saying that he has lost his journalistic independence. Folks, this is huge. Paramount's top shareholder, Sherry Redstone, is a longtime friend of Donald Trump and is eager to get the Trump administration's support, specifically for the approval of the sale of her company. And now Bill Owens, who is literally the head of the legendary news show 60 Minutes, is leaving his post. He thinks that the show, that Paramount, no longer has journalistic independence. And I think that is significant. That is a complete shift in journalism and media in America. And it is just one other example of how the mainstream is dying in real time. If 60 Minutes is no longer independent, what is? I'm doing more work on my Substack, my Instagram.
Did we talk about that? I was doing hair yesterday, and why did Alexa do the same thing when I couldn't hear her? She started randomly talking. When she couldn't, I told you. If they can hear you talking and see you moving around, they don't care. When they don't hear nothing, or they can only hear a mumble, baby, they get you to say something. So you start, and you don't even realize you start talking louder. Like, I've been paying attention. Excuse me. But remember what I told y'all about this whole you ain't about to be able to say whatever type stuff. Y'all, these people make millions of dollars at their jobs, 60 Minutes and stuff like that. And they realize that they will not be able to do real journalism. Who remembers us talking about when the Nazi regime, the Third Reich, or whatever they was doing their stuff? They would go into the news place, the radio stations, and assassinate those people and keep it moving and put somebody in there that was going to say what they wanted them to say. This is why people had to sneak out books under layers of cattle and all kind of stuff, because they checked your every single thing as you were traveling across state lines, so that you could not write a letter to nobody. Y'all seen The Pianist or whatever it is? I think it's that one where he made the fake layer in his luggage to get out his notes and his journals and all of that kind of stuff to get him out of the country, and they almost found him. Schindler's List, thank you. I know it was one of them. Yeah, that. See? But isn't The Pianist about it too as well? Or am I tripping? Ain't The Pianist about Germany too? No? Gotta train some clap pigeons to deliver messages, yeah. Yeah. I thought The Pianist was about Germany as well. No? Maybe I'm saying the wrong movie. No, yeah. Yeah, it's about Germany too. Yeah, 1939. Yeah. If you ain't seen it, it's real good. Oh, you were just saying another one? Okay, yeah. But I was trying to think of which one that was, and that's it. It's real good. If you haven't seen The Pianist, you should go watch it today. For real. It's really good. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, yep. The Pianist, yep. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas is good. I think my kids had that book. I think they had to read that in school, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Maybe I'll watch that today. I feel like I did watch it with the kids. Um, what was the name? It's another one too. This actually, well, it came out in like 2010, and it was about the black soldiers, and they was like in Spain or something during this time. What was that movie called? And the little Spanish boys was calling him El Chocolate or something, and he was like, oh, something, and he licked his face. Do y'all remember that movie? I cannot think of what it is called, but it's good too. What is it called? I'm gonna have to remember what that one is called. It was like 2008, 2009. I want to say that movie came out, and me and my kids used to crack up every single time. But it was about the war too. But it was about the black soldiers that were fighting. And I think it's in Spanish. You got to read the subtitles if I'm not mistaken. But the little boy was, I mean, some of it is not all of it, because it was brothers in the movie, and I cannot think of who played in it. But this was like 2010. It's good too. It's another one. So, y'all open to just doing homework today? Movie day. See what you find that looks familiar. Is it called Invisible Heroes? Let me see. I think that might be what it's called. Girl, y'all be good. I think that's what it's called. Girl. Is that what it's called? No. No, that's not it. Unless that's just the show. Let me try the movie. I'll have to ask my daughter what the movie is called. This ain't it. I don't think so. Maybe it is. I don't remember them looking like that though. It's called something else. I'll find it though. It's not that. Miracle at St. Anna. That is what it is. Yes! That's what it is. Yes. Miracle at St. Anna. Yes. Yes. That's what it is. And he said, oh, El Chocolate. And he licked that man's face. Baby, me and my daughters used to be too tickled every... Yep, that's what it's called. Yep. Yes, this. So it's 2008. Yeah. Okay. Yep, because that's that fine black man in here. Spike Lee, yep. This guy, I don't know his name. He's in there. Yep, that's exactly what it's called. Miracle at St. Anna. Yep. During World War II. Yep. Look at you. It's a good movie, y'all. You said, or Weird Tales and 6888. Okay. But Miracle at St. Anna is good too. I haven't seen those other ones. I have not seen them. But that's a good one too. Derek Luke, is that his name? I never even knew it. Okay. Yeah. So just get on as many 1932, 1939, 1934 stuff as you can. That's what I'm going to say is going to be very important. Y'all, do y'all agree? Huh? A little bit? Yes or no? Maybe so. I think it's going to be very important. I really love y'all. And I want to say this to you. Y'all make me feel very proud. And the reason I say that is because, again, talking to my family members and stuff, it's mind blowing that people that live all the way across the world for me in other countries can believe the things that God told me, and the people that told me I better get saved and all of this and I need to go, they don't even believe what's happening right now. It's scary. It really is. It's terrifying. They won't watch any of these documentaries. They just keep talking about what they don't have to worry about. And it's like, you'll be the person that put us all in jeopardy because you don't want to care, because it ain't what you want to hear just right now. So it's like I'm speaking a different language. Baby, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, it's nice to communicate with like-minded people and being taught by one of the most amazing teachers. Thank you, Pumpkin. CERCA, I went back and started watching The Little House on the Prairie from the beginning. It started in the 70s. It's amazing to see how they built and farmed. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. It's like talking to bricks. That part. Good job, sis. I'm about to work on my biscuits. I got to learn how to make biscuits and yeast rolls. That's my deal today. And I used to make them, but you know, I shouldn't say learn how. I've made them before, but I need to get that skill down. We need, you know, it makes me excited. It makes me, and now you see why I say, sis, there's things that we got to know how to do. Simple things. And people, because we're so spoiled, we don't have to do nothing. People bring us our food, they cook us our food, they build our houses, they dig our wells. We don't have to do nothing. We don't have to do anything. People do our nails, they do our hair, they come clean our house, they clean our vegetables for us, they do everything. I've been doing butter swim biscuits. I saw them. I want to do it. I saw them. I saw them, and I like a good buttery biscuit too. You can make lye soap from boiling ashes and mixing animal fat. Interesting. What kind of ashes? Like from the fire? Ashes and lye soap. I mean ashes and animal fat. So like some cow fat or some pig fat or something. It lather up. From the fire? CERCA, I wanted to tell you, Nathan started hustling on Sunday, flipping granola bars, and bags of popcorn for $1 a piece. He's made $54 in the past 3 days. Come on, nephew, put it down. Put it down there, nephew. You say he ain't gonna be raggedy. He is not gonna be a raggedy boy, ain't. Good job, nephew. High five. My baby to make. Listen. Indeed. From wood ashes. Okay, thank you. I'm proud of you, Pumpkin. He said, look here. I know what to do now. He been flipping the granola bars. That's what I'm talking about. Sound good to me. An older white gentleman told me about that at the dollar store. Use animal fat. So interesting. So you take the ashes from the fire and you just pour them into the animal fat? Interesting. Okay. Okay. Boil the ashes. You boil the ashes and then what? I'm gonna look it up. Okay. All right. Look at Jamila. Jamila like, no, you boil the ashes. Okay. So do we make black soap? Oh, to extract the lye. Got it. Look at us. I love y'all. And I really am very proud of y'all too. When y'all listen, I called my mama and was like, you need to be trying to make some shelf stable butter. Girl, whatever. I said, okay, well, I just don't be wanting to hear no complaining about they only letting us get one block. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to show y'all. I said, you know what? This why they was banning me, because I kept telling y'all all the secrets. All of them. I just kept on telling y'all all of the secrets, you know. Look at this, y'all.
Oh my gosh, yes, this one is too. I opened this box, Walmart brand butter. This was sealed, see, sealed. I just opened it. Walmart brand butter in Lando Lakes box. This is wild. Just to be clear, this is Pace in Arizona. Let's see if I can get that out. Pace in Arizona Walmart is where I bought it. And Great Value butter inside both of these boxes.
Could you imagine paying $9 thinking you getting some Land O'Lakes the whole time? You said, yep, that's why they want you off, because the same, you said the same plant. Crazy, I just got a recall for 5 different butters. Yeah? Tell me that's not crazy. And this is why God told us to make our own. Yep. Ain't that crazy? Play right in her face. She done paid $19.72 for some Walmart butter. I told y'all. That's why I was like, yeah, y'all pay. Get the generic. It's all coming from the same place. Get the generic so you can stretch your money. Come on. They stealing boxes now. What you mean they stealing boxes? They stealing boxes of butter? Yeah. You, who's stealing boxes, Rika? Y'all. God put us on. It was a joke, like Walmart selling. Oh, got it. I see what you're saying. I'm like, wait a minute. But yeah, they just basically, I mean, they've been playing in our face. Now that we know, they don't care. They done got all the money for the high dollar, this and that, and whole time you was paying for the same thing. You hear me? And now the truth is coming out at the end after everybody spent all their money. That you was buying the same butter they was buying, thinking you was trying to look down on somebody. Baby, you was buying the same butter. I watched a vegan make vegan butter from coconut oil, olive oil, and salt. Interesting. This is why so many people are going to be thrown off when the mess hit the fan. Right. Yep. It just amazes me. God, he put us together. He told us go and get our stuff, learn how to do all this stuff ourselves because he knew what was coming. And I'm grateful. We had a lot of time to learn. Some people are being thrown into it right now. Some people are still not listening because they feel like this is only going to be 4 years worth of whatever, and they're not paying attention to they're going to be tracking people and all of this stuff. People are losing their jobs exactly like God told us. Everything is here. So I'm going to go and probably make me some to eat, a sandwich, sit outside, and I'm going to read and finish looking through this here book that is making me real happy. There are some things I want to talk to y'all about, but I'm not going to do it just yet because then I'll be sounding crazy. So I'm going to get my complete thoughts out and then we'll talk about it. I'm trying to, you said, period, people's hearts have been given out. People stressed out. They are, Nisi Poo. Listen, they are. Because you got to think. I watched some videos. People said they lost all of their retirement money. All of it is gone. Their stocks, their bonds, there's nothing. All of their retirement money, all their savings. Girl, that's making a hair on my body stand up. Look at that. Lost everything. Everything. That's scary. But we talked about them shutting the money off. And that's basically what they did when they... Yes. You said get your retirement out. They losing money. Yeah. But we talked about this. If they were just going to turn people's money off. Well, dropping the stock market. Same thing as turning your money off. You can't get to it. You ain't got it no more. You lose $70,000, $80,000 and you've been saving that money for 15 years. That was your fallback on money, so you didn't worry about buying the things that you needed now, right? So now you have no stocks, no bonds, no money to fall back on. Things are more expensive. You said yours lost 400 in 2 days. And it's, y'all see what they said, the stock market is as bad or worse than it was in 1932. In the Great Depression. Folks thought I was crazy when I was trying to tell them. I said, y'all, we in the Great Depression. We are not. We are not. It started way back at COVID. Excuse me. I'm about to go read and watch some movies. So that's what I'm gonna do today, and I can technically do both outside. I can take my iPad out there, so I might be reading and watching a movie. We're gonna see how this works out. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. My daughter just told us her job went on lockdown. They're raiding the what next door? The building next door? Who is they? The police or the immigrant folks? The migrant folks? My sister called me crying the other day because her credit score dropped 200 points due to student loans. Yep, I got student loans, girl. People under 59 can't get it out. Are you serious? She works for a place that houses the homeless. Wow. No way. You can get a loan against it for the amount that's in there. And then if you ain't got it to pay back, well, hell, the world gonna end anyway. You can borrow against it for the value of it. Listen, get it how you get it, for it ain't gonna be there. At least you can go get your stuff. You said you told your sis to. Yeah. Because if they take it, you ain't got nothing. Listen. Okay, listen. Even if you only get 70% of it, that's better than them taking all of it and you having nothing. At least while you can buy things, you can go get them. What good is it going to do to leave it and you can't get nothing and now you don't have nothing? I'll take a penalty over having nothing any day, especially when they just keep saying the market is falling and production and ain't nothing about to be moving. When they close the banks, you can't get nothing. And was they not closing? Did you go watch the stuff about the thing? People went to go get their money and it wasn't none. You said, I'm so glad I took mine out when you told us about it. Listen, you said I used to do investment banking too. I believe it. I mean, I dibbled and dabbled in it. Okay. Well, whatever it is that you can do to get it done, I can't tell you what to do. So if you didn't already, whatever, that's whatever. To the people that might not have thought about that, find a way. Because they about to take everybody's money. You said let the market tank. That money is gone. It's tanking. It's already past the death point. They said that 2 days ago, that the death cross is on all three of them. The Dow, the S&P, and the other one. We already passed the death cross mark the other day. 2 days ago. 2 or 3 days ago. I pulled the video down.
It's official. All the three indices are showing the death cross. This is S&P 500. This is NASDAQ. You see the death cross. This is S&P 500. See death cross. This is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Just gave us a death cross. So all three indices are right now have displayed the death cross, and it's unanimous. We're headed to depression. I'm very, very sorry to say that because it doesn't benefit.
Say that again.
All the three indices are showing the death cross. This is S&P 500. This is NASDAQ. You see the death cross. This is S&P 500. See death cross. This is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Just gave us a death cross. So all three indices are right now have displayed the death cross, and it's unanimous. We're headed to depression. I'm very, very sorry to say that because it doesn't benefit me. Good luck. Peace.
That was 2 or 3 days ago that the stock market passed the death cross. They not going to tell nobody. They not going to want you to whatever, because they want you to leave it in there so people can still think the whatever. And then it was like, if people pull all their stuff out, the market gonna crash. It's crashing. The world economy crashed. That's what people keep forgetting. The world's economy is crashing. It basically means that they're past the point of, like, the point of no return with our economy, with the stock market. It's what it is. And then today, it was another. They said this April marks the worst April since the Great Depression in the stock market, and it's steady falling. That's what your stocks and 401k is. It's insurance policies and bonds on the stock market. This I do know, because I studied a little bit about insurance, and you have to understand that. So look, this is the thing. I can't tell nobody what to do, but trying to hold on to something that God already told us is gonna be gone anyway. You would need to have the things that you need. I ain't saying take hell 10,000 or whatever. I don't know, but you need to have something before they just take everything. Because that's what happened in the Great Depression. All them rich people was blowing their brains out because they was rich on Tuesday, and by Friday, baby, they was poorer than the poor people. And they couldn't handle that. All of their luxuries and all of their, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it right now. But yeah, gone. Jumping off a bit, swan diving, babe. Listen, this is the thing. If you are the owner of the policy, you can, if I'm not mistaken. You can't just be the policy holder on a term life, but if you the owner of that, you should be able to do a little something. I don't know how much. You need to make sure that you're just not the holder and you're the owner, because you can borrow against it, if I'm not mistaken, if you are owner of the policy, not just a holder. When I turned 55, I received notification stating that I could take mine out. Okay. If you're not just the policy holder, I don't think so. But if you're I believe if you're the policy owner, you can. So, all I'm going to say is this, family. I can't tell nobody what to do, but God told us that these things were coming. And I understand trying to wait it out, but you want to have what you need to have, period. And that's going to be it. Because we don't know if he going to flip out and say he ain't accepting nothing from China or whatever. Yeah, I don't. Okay, you are the owner. Okay, I don't know for sure, but you might be able to. I would look into it. I can't say for sure, but if you're the owner, I know that there's more that you can do just by being the holder. So, I don't know exactly what, because it's been about 12 years since I did that. But look into it, because I had called my mama and my daddy and told them they need to be the owner and not the holder. So anyway, I love y'all. I'm gonna go finish reading my book and writing my notes in there and getting all my thoughts clear, and find me something to eat, and hopefully we'll be able to have class later. My kids have you heard or came across about the deity of Abraxas? Somebody else was talking about Abraxas the other day, but I'm about to go, Mark. Somebody else came in here talking about Abraxas the other day. Get it? Because I will be doing the same work when I get off. Yep, I'm about to go and read, find me something to eat, and chill. Yep, I love y'all. Oh, I know somebody was talking about it. I love you too. Oh, thank you. I love y'all. That's the rabbit hole I was. Okay, I knew it was somebody came in here talking about Abraxas. See, I wasn't wrong. I just didn't remember who. Love y'all too. I'll talk to y'all later. I shall see you in a moment.